Alright, let's see if we can fail a little less. First some sleep, then some blue, white, blue, white. Let's see what happens. I succeeded at sleeping. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if I failed at that. It's election week. So, sure, Minnie, I will vote for you. Okay, you're doing that. We're learning spells. We're gonna vote for people. Minnie. And Jacob. And we are going to study. Make use of Minnie helping us out. Oh, hello. Good music, good music. At midday, as usual, I head to the cafeteria for lunch. I have already taken a seat and begun to attend to my meal when I feel a slight breeze tickle my ear. Not a magical breeze, but the passage of nearby wings.
Hello, Franco. How has your week been? Did you enjoy the elections?
Right, I'm supposed to be wide-eyed and easily impressed as far as Damien is concerned. It was crazy! All week long, everyone shouting over nothing and bribing or bullying you for your vote. America is so proud of its democracy. Are the low-world elections like that?
I have never been an eligible voter.
Right. He is otherworld bred. He probably doesn't have any legal records or any reason to create them.
During the last presidential election, I was already a student at Iris Academy and removed from the campaigning. But I believe they mostly argue on television and don't grab people off the streets and force them to vote.
It doesn't matter much to a wizard who the low-world president is. We have our own powers and our own concerns.
Oh, so flirty.
May I join you?
Oh, sorry. Yes, please, sit down. He sweeps his cape out of the way and takes a seat across from me.
So, exchange student, how are you finding our glorious country?
It's been pretty exciting so far. The mall's not as big as all the stories said, but they still have a lot of flavors of ice cream.
These are the back hills of Vermont. It's only thanks to Iris Academy that a mall even exists.
But the students barely go there. They can't be such important customers.
The school requires a little piece of normal American life, something they can keep under control. Imagine if a student had a magical outburst in the center of New York City. It would be harder to clean up all the witnesses. Here, we students can practice mingling with humans, and the professors can tidy up any accidents. Our world has been carefully designed for us, all according to plan.
I never thought about it. It makes sense, though, doesn't it? It's not difficult for wizards to nudge people along, to ensure that stores exist where they're wanted and no questions are asked. He smiles and shifts subjects.
There's a young man in Falcon Hall with a matching wolf brother. Is he your roommate?
Ah, asking about Logan, are we? I mean, Luke specifically, but yes.
Luke? No, I don't have a roommate.
He was expelled already. That's fast.
No, I never had one to begin with. Will this never stop coming up? What were my parents thinking? Damien smiles and bumps the side of his hand against mine where it rests on the table.
Hey, don't feel weird. Every single student at this school is an exception to the rules. All of them. After all, look at me.
He certainly is one of a kind. Thanks.
Don't mention it. Are you going to eat your salad?
I can't help laughing.
Aw, he nudged our hand. Isn't that sweet, everybody? Sorry, couldn't hold back the vomit. Alright, well. A lunch with Damien. Damien sat with me over lunch and we chatted about a few things, like the elections. He pointed out that I shouldn't feel bad about the ways that I stand out from the normal Iris Academy student, because everyone here is pretty unusual in some way.
Have I written about anybody? Nothing new there. Nothing new there. Alright. I should go to the mall and buy a charm, and then save it for my wings, I think. Alright, you guys are making plans. It's good to have plans. It's good to not fail at your school, I find. Especially when exams are coming up. Franco, you are so bedazzled! Okay, so you're... yeah, Ellen, since I stole your boy, I'll talk to you. I guess I should be curious. Not that I'm gonna ask anybody about it. It'd be interesting if I could... Okay. I was wondering if I could talk to Damien about it, but no is the answer. Okay. To the mall! To the magic shop at the mall. Enchantments. I would like a blue charm, please. And how much are bat wings? 45? Black wings with a devilish appeal, but no practical purpose. Okay. I've got a few weeks ahead of me. Alright. I'm going back to bed. Did I... No, nothing happened this week. But I'm gonna make sure I put that on. So maybe I'll be a little more successful. I'm gonna have to sleep. Ugh. Barf, barf, barf. Hi, Minnie. I guess exams are coming up and I'm gonna fail atrociously. Here we go. Yay. Yay! I learned a thing. Magic can happen at school. Well, miracles never cease. I'll be a blue master yet. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I will. Okay. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Is this the gas one? This is the gas one. What do I got? Light, silence, true sight, far sight. I don't think I can do anything. I don't even have... Oh, I've got push. I got spirit sense. So unless there's like a spirit in here that can help me, I think I'm pretty much toastified. Alright. Oh, great spirits. No. I guess every step I take, every breath I take, I'll be searching for spirits. Ow. Also walking into walls. Hello, great spirits? No. I don't have green... No, I don't. I thought diagnosis was the other one. Track scent. Hello, spirits? No spirits, and I'm too weak to walk through this. I could get detention, but that's really not copacetic. Okay. Time to give up, I guess. I think, is there a detention I want to get, or is that later? No, that must have been some other thing I read. Okay. Give up.
I quit! I give up! I'm stupid, okay?
Disappointing.
Yeah. He snaps the book shut.
Consider where you went wrong. Did you waste your energy in foolish castings until at last you ran dry?
No, sir. I was dumb and couldn't learn spells.
Did you fail to consider how your spells might apply to the situation? or train unwisely and arrive without the tools in your spellbook?
Kind of the latter. I didn't train unwisely, I was just really stupid and didn't retain anything that you were teaching me in class, sir.
This was not a difficult challenge. Your failure is due entirely to your own mistakes and lack of insight.
Is this what he considers an encouraging speech?
You did at least make one choice correctly.
Which was?
You chose to stop rather than stand in acid fog until you had melted the flesh from your bones.
Oh, very funny.
For your performance or lack thereof, you have earned 10 demerits. I expect better from you in the future.
Yes, sir.
I should do a detention run one of these days. That could be fun. I don't hang out with Donald enough to balance out my, my merits, though. Well, somebody, succeeded. Alright, I'm off to study, because I have a few weeks ahead of me of earning money. That's interesting. Have I ever asked her about the dark dance when I'm not president? I have not.
Minnie?
Yes, Franco?
Could you tell me more about the dark dance?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked.
Her voice is unusually loud for the library, and I can see several other students turn to stare at her, but she doesn't seem embarrassed at all.
The dark dance is a ritual in which we invite the Jogao, the little people, to cross the threshold from the other world.
Oh my. How to Nosani? Huh. I'm gonna have to look up how that's pronounced properly.
It developed from a native Haudenosaunee celebration of the spirits and European traditions of Samhain and Hallowmas. The dance is held on Halloween night in the dark so that no one can see who or what is dancing with us. This was originally meant for the magic poor, so that they wouldn't be afraid or try to capture their visitors. But it's still very important to be polite. Don't stare, and don't try to find out who's attending the dance. All who come in peace are welcome. Oh, and the Iris Academy dance goes on all night long. If you last through the night, you're supposed to receive a blessing. So classes will be canceled on the day afterwards. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, good.
And since you're here, red magic increased. Hooray. Hello?
I'm settling down for a meal in the cafeteria when I hear someone call my name.
Wow, aren't you friendly this time around?
There you are. May I join you?
Certainly. He takes a seat, wings settling behind him.
Have you heard about the dark dance?
Minnie told me about it. It's a ritual to honor the local spirits, right?
Well, that's true, but it's not the most important part.
So what is?
A chance to spend the night dancing with attractive company, even if we can't quite see each other. As long as you're not afraid of the dark, that is.
I can't possibly blush on cue, but I make an attempt at seeming equally flattered and flustered.
Plain innocent. Oh god, what have I done?
Don't look so worried.
Apparently it worked.
It's fun, really. And because it's dark and it goes on for hours, you sort of lose track of time and space. Like meditation. But it's more pleasant if you've arranged to be near someone you know, and who won't mind if you bump into them. So, will I see you then?
Your eyes took on an intensive stare at this very moment. I don't know how to feel about that.
Sure.
Excellent.
It's a school event. We'd run into each other anyway. But agreeing with him seems to make him happy. And he's right. This dance might be more fun with company. He stands and makes a little bow to me.
Until Thursday.
Then he leaves me to finish my meal.
I got my first date to the dark dance ever. Huzzah! Yeah. Dance invitation.
Damien stopped by at lunch to talk to me about the dark dance and invite me to spend time with him there. I don't think it really matters for much. If it's a ritual, then we'll be dancing all night with no chance to talk.
Oh, you know, there could be some accidental bumpage in the night going on. I don't know. I mean, I can't say that because I've actually got a date, so, you know, it'd be kind of hypocritical of me, really. Alright, another spell. Okay. Aw, she doesn't have a date tonight.
I just don't like school dances.
It's not like that at all. You'll feel better when you get moving. I always do. Just let yourself go and get into the music.
Sure, I'm fine.
I gotta go. Ah, alright.
I hear a familiar voice.
Wow, hello there.
Hey, how'd you find me so easily?
Destiny. Don't you know? We're drawn to each other. No, actually, just lucky.
Most likely he's been waiting here for me. I know schemers when I see them. He offers me his arm.
May I escort you?
I could just dump his butt right now. Take his arm, take his hand. Well, I'm not gonna refuse, and I'm not gonna dump him. I'm trying to decide how bold I want to play this. Well, we're both, like, noble, so I think taking the arm would be appropriate for Franco.
I hook my arm through his. Let's go.
Although, I say that, just out of curiosity, what happens if you take his hand?
I put my hand in his. Let's go.
Okay, it doesn't matter. I thought I would be more surprised. Apparently nothing phases Damien.
The darkness tightens in around us as we step into the gym. My eyes struggle to gain awareness of the space around us. There are only shadows, shifting, and the endless rustle of unseen branches. Dead leaves crunch beneath our feet, and the scent of pine hangs in the air. The drums beat, though I cannot see the drummers, and now their pulses joined by music. I know that I am surrounded by an indistinct crowd, all murmuring and laughing to each other, but the only person I am clearly aware of is the one whose touch I feel.
What do you think?
His hand moves to my back as he leans close to let his words fall into my ear. I'm not sure. One of the English phrases I read suddenly pops into my mind. Better the devil you know. Better than what, I wonder?
Close your eyes for a moment. You don't need them.
I can't see anyway, and it might help to take a moment to adjust. I close my eyes. His hands move down to my waist.
Damien's voice,
Now, let the music inside you and start to move with the beat.
I allow him to guide me into the movements of the dance. Bereft of senses, it is like we are alone in the midst of this great darkness with only the music to bind us. And then his hands leave my sides.
Open your eyes.
False colors spin briefly in front of my eyes, blurring the real and unreal, which is, I suppose, the point of the dark dance.
Let yourself go. I'll always be nearby.
His voice fades away into the dark.
Okay.
The music loops around itself in a spiral pattern, tracing the passage to the other world without ever quite opening the gate,
It does not stop, it does not start. There are dancers around me, aren't there? Only silhouettes and suggestions, maybe there, maybe not. A chill autumn breeze caresses my cheek, carrying with it a warm curl of smoke. I sway carefully, try not to impact the people around me, and the need for constant shifting moves me along the floor like a twig caught in a slow current. The night goes on, playing tricks with my sense of time. How long have I been here? I'm thirsty, but I'm not sure which way the nearest water would be. I turn towards the edges of the room, trying to reorient myself. A table set up by one of the walls contains a large rock bowl filled with water that ripples and burbles continuously, an enchantment keeping it flowing and fresh. There are no cups, so I had to dip my hands into the water and scoop out a mouthful, then shake my fingers dry. Thirst sated, I return to the dance and the night stretches on. Surrounded by friends and mysteries, I dance the night away. When dawn arrives, I'm so tired that Damien has to help me back to my room.
Aw, so gallant. Thanks, Boo. Appreciate you. And your guiding hands. Ah, sleeping time. Nice.
Oh. I could try to meet up with Damien, maybe see about arranging a proper night out.
Really? Okay. Let's look for Damien.
Since I didn't see Damien in the cafeteria, I go over to Falcon Hall to look for him. Unfortunately, no one answers when I knock on the door.
Oh, so you know where he is?
He could still be sleeping in after the dance, or he could be somewhere else on campus. I don't really know how Damien spends his free time. We've always just happened to run into each other. And so I turn to head back to my own hall. And there he is. Hi.
Wow, aren't we eager?
It takes me an extra moment to process what he said, during which I can only blink like a fool. But this appears to strike the right note with him.
It's good to see you. I hope you enjoyed yourself last night.
I did, thanks. But we didn't really get to talk or spend time together. Alone, I mean. I was wondering if you were free to do something tomorrow.
Tomorrow? That's a bit sudden. I'm afraid I'm all tied up tomorrow, but I agree that we ought to go out soon. Keep next weekend free, and I'll talk to you again later. Sorry to run, but I really do need to prepare.
With a final smile, he disappears into his room. Odd that he's studying so hard now when the exams were last week. Maybe the seniors have tests more often. He didn't seem like the type to worry over it for nothing. I think I'll go look for my hallmates.
Bold of you to assume he's preparing for exams. Franco, our eager little beaver. Well, still got time to study. So, help me out, Minnie. And there's Raven, and you guys are running into each other. Alright, let's read about our lovely date. We did? Yes, we did read that. Okay. The Dark Dance.
Damien escorted me to the dark dance and helped me to get into the music. Overall, he behaved like a gentleman. We had a good time, although I was very tired after the hours of dancing.
Card games. We really didn't talk about, like, potential datos next weekend? Franco. I am disappointed once more with you and your diary keeping skills. Alright. Blue and white this week. Let's see what happens. Nice. Ah.
I hear someone knocking. When I open the door and look outside, Damien bows to me, one arm sweeping his cape out behind him to flutter dramatically.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
I would like to request the pleasure of your company this Saturday evening, where I might introduce you to some local magic culture.
How formal. What did you have in mind?
Dinner. At a place called the Glen. It's a hidden site near the mall, magic only.
You take all your sweethearts to the Glen, don't you, Damien?
There's a wizard village near the mall.
No formal settlement, but it serves as a common portal for travelers who have business with Iris Academy. The school prefers to keep itself isolated and self-governing, but staff and family still must come and go.
I should visit then to see if it's a suitable establishment for my parents. Unless it's highly discreet, they shouldn't risk a visit during my enrollment, but it might be somewhere to celebrate together at the end of the year.
Also, the food is of a higher quality than you'll find in the Iris Academy cafeteria.
Why is that? Surely they have access to all the same materials and techniques.
But if the school gave us their best, what incentive would we have to patronize the Glen?
American capitalism at work.
So, is it a date?
I'll look forward to it.
Excellent. I'll see you later.
Should be fun, I hope.
We can hope. It'll be fun. He'll probably feed us cherries. Was that what he fed us last time? He fed us something. I can't remember what it was. I think it was cherries. I have cherries on the brain. Probably wasn't cherries.
On Saturday morning, my allowance arrives as usual, plus something extra. It's a piece of paper, folded over and sealed with blue wax stamped with a rose insignia. My chosen name is handwritten on the outer flap in an elegant looping script.
Wouldn't it be wild if he used our real name one of these messages and we're just like, what?
The paper, when I pick it up, is noticeably thicker and more textured than the flimsy notebook sheets used in class. Someone is making an effort to impress me, and it's not hard to guess who. Rather, he is making an effort to impress the innocent and inexperienced exchange student that he imagines me to be. This would hardly pass muster among my parents' circles, but he has no way to know that. Carefully, I break the seal and fold open the letter. It's a note from Damien, of course. He invites me to meet him at the mall this evening at 6 o'clock so that we can proceed to our dinner date. I smile and add the letter to my papers. It is a romantic gesture worth remembering. A while later, I hear someone knock on a door down the hall.
Okay, talking about having Ellen over?
I should head to the mall at some point since I'm meeting Damien there later.
So I'm here.
I don't reach the mall until mid-afternoon. There's no point in spending all day there waiting around for dinner. This way, I still have enough time to visit stores if I wish, and I'm early enough to compensate for any unexpected delays.
I don't have enough money yet, so I'll just go window shopping.
At the arranged time, I wait near the main entrance for Damien. It occurs to me to wonder whether I will recognize him when I see him. This mall is not on school grounds, after all, and most of the clerks and shoppers present are magic-blind humans. How would they react to a devil amongst them? William said that Damien almost never attended off-campus events that would require a glamour. He doesn't like to hide. He keeps the truth of what he is on display. It's an oddly honest quirk in someone so supposedly manipulative. I, in comparison, am lying about almost everything, even my name. Ah, there he is. No illusion hides his blue skin or leathery wings, and yet people walk right past him without even a pause in their chattering. Of course, this is an in-between place, neither wholly magical nor purely mundane. There are probably curtains of spells gently blocking the minds and eyes of visitors from paying attention to anything they shouldn't.
Hello, Franco. Are you ready?
Sure.
Then give me your hand and I'll show you the way.
He holds out his hand to me and I lay my fingers over his. He lifts my hand and I wonder if he intends to kiss it. But no, he guides me gently out of the mall, supporting but not squeezing, as if I were a rare bird nesting on his palm that he was afraid to startle away.
With that intense eyes again. Ah, the Glen.
We cross the parking lot through another of those illusionary barriers that fades away at our approach, and find ourselves inside Something between a coffee house and a pub. Physically, it looks a great deal like a bakery restaurant that my parents and I visited as part of our tour of Low World America. Still slightly foreign to me, but not particularly impressive. The only sign I can see of the magical nature of the establishment is the customer base. I don't recognize all the otherworld bloodlines on display, but there's a whole family of what appear to be Tengu at a table squabbling over a plate of steamed buns.
I think we read about the Tengu. Winged goblins, yeah.
I can see Jacob blazing in the back with two older men, one of whose hair is currently hosting an illusion of flames for some reason.
That'd be the blazing.
Quickly, I avert my gaze. If those are his fathers, I do not want them to see me. Perhaps coming here wasn't such a good plan after all.
Disappointed?
My reaction to the Glen is clearly not what he was hoping for.
Nah, boo, just hungry, you know.
No, just hungry. That is my hunger you are seeing.
Oh, really?
For food!
I knew that.
He smiles at me.
I believe they relied on standard suppliers to build this place in the local style. They save their energy for the food.
We take our seats at a booth. In the center of the table between us stands a vase containing some form of beige rods. Damien removes one and I follow his example. As soon as I touch it, I understand. It's paper tightly rolled, a menu. I scan over the offerings, recognizing some but not all, and then have another belated moment of realization. I'm sorry, I should have asked earlier. Who is handling the expenses? It's my mistake. I'm not used to thinking about payment for activities. Outside of Iris Academy, costs have never mattered to me.
It was my invitation. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of everything.
He looks like he wants to pat my hand. I seem to have found an unexpected talent for making myself into a hapless fool in front of him.
There are actually 2 different menus. The other is for American-style food, which can be a treat for otherworld guests. So, if your tastes run to cheeseburgers and tater tots, you can get that as well.
What are tater tots?
There's an easy way to find out.
What should I choose?
Ooh. Oh man, so many good choices. Man, cheeseburger and tater tot sounds great. I want to know what his reactions are to all these things. Why not? You know? It's not every day you go on a Damien date. We'll do this first.
You've been here before and I haven't. Why don't you pick something you think I'll like?
Alright.
When the waitress comes by, he asks for venison stew and fiddleheads.
Interesting.
Local cuisine, but a little more wholesome than the fair food. Perfect for you.
He thinks I'm wholesome.
Aww, how cute.
For starters, Damien has requested crostini with cheese and apple butter, reminding me of the festival that the upperclassmen attended. We nibble the small bites and relax. It's pleasant to be out like this with people to see to our needs.
Okay, so we're gonna get into talking. Let's go back. What happens if I order this?
When the waitress comes by, I request the menu item that reminds me the most of my home. I trust that it will be good.
Okay. And?
When the waitress comes by, I make my request without embarrassment. I am here to experience the USA. I should enjoy it.
Surprisingly, I actually like this one the most. That's very sweet. Damien can be very sweet, and stew sounds awesome too.
So... we don't know each other very well, do we?
No, I suppose not. It would be difficult, since I've told him as little as possible about myself, and most of that is lies. I don't have a lot of experience with dating. I'm not sure what to talk about.
I believe it is traditional to start with, where are you from, and what do you do for a living?
I'm a student, and I'm from Latvia. You already know that.
That's hardly anything. What's it like there?
Oh, well, I lived at home with my parents, you know, so we didn't mix with non-magical culture that much. Not really a lie. I don't want to tell him anything that I can get tripped up by later. It's colder here, and all the trees are different. Time to turn the attention away from myself. What about you? Where in the other world are you from?
Well, that's a complicated question. I don't know.
What?
I'm a changeling.
Aha. A creature left in the place of a human baby that has been traded away to the other world. If the changeling is cared for well, the parents receive a boon. If treated harshly, the parents will suffer a terrible curse. A changeling may be a child of inhuman stock, an animal magically twisted into human shape, or a mannequin built from spare parts with a spirit bound into it. Many changelings survive only for a limited time, but some will eventually grow to become witches and wizards. The more you know.
They still do that around here.
They must, since here I am. I looked human for the first half of my life. I had no idea what I was until my magic manifested. The council deputies found me at 13, the same way they do wild seeds. An unexpected light in the wilderness. They told me that my parents were human, not related to me by blood. I don't know what became of my parents' original child, whether he died or was taken into the other world. I'm sorry. This is too much information to drop on you in a first date, isn't it? Don't worry about it. Whatever the truth is, it was a long time ago. What it means for me now is, I'm a man of mystery.
He laughs and settles back into his seat as the waitress arrives with the main course.
We should stick to safer topics. So, are you a cat person or a dog person?
That's quite the segue. I'm a people person. Oh man, so many good choices again. I'm gonna work here and go up, because cats.
When it comes to animals, I'm really more interested in people.
Okay.
If I have to pick an animal, I want a big one. Maybe an elephant.
Compensating for something?
Got him.
Dogs. I'm a wolf, aren't I?
Okay. And cats.
Cats. They're more independent.
Although, now, once again, I want this because it's funnier. He got me.
We carry on like that, talking and joking about simple surface details while we enjoy our meal. The food is good, but the portions are large and rich. I would rather not stuff myself and set my silverware aside without worrying about finishing the remainder.
Leaving room for dessert. They do have a menu, but I usually stick with the traditional offering.
And what's that?
You'll see.
Shortly afterward, the dessert plates arrive, holding a gleaming array of sugar glass strawberries.
It was strawberries, not cherries.
The dessert plates are provided free to all guests, even if they only came for coffee.
I wish there was a place like that, man. I'd go there all the time and be humongo.
We take the tradition of hospitality seriously here, you see.
Most wizards do. He picks up a berry, the red brilliant against his blue-shadowed fingertips.
The only proper way to eat these is to pop them into your mouth all at once, and let the sugar melt on your tongue.
Oh yeah, this is all coming back to me now.
Now, open your mouth.
He intends to hand-feed me.
Tease and deny. I'm gonna let him do it, but I'm gonna try this.
I open my mouth and turn my head aside and snap my teeth at the air. Too risky. I pick up a berry for myself and pop it into my mouth.
Alright.
Obediently, I part my lips and let the smooth candy surface into my mouth. For a moment, there is only the faint sweetness of the outer berry on my tongue. Then, all at once, the berry burst like a bubble, all shape gone, leaving only a sweet liquid in its place.
It's a very suggestive dessert.
Damien laughs at the surprise on my face.
They're filled with strawberry juice. It provides energy.
And a well-wishing for your guests on their way home. It's a nice custom. Not everything in America has to be loud and bold. After our meal, Damien escorts me back to the dorm. It's later than I realized, and the halls are already dark.
Thank you for coming out with me. I hope you had a good evening.
I did, thanks. He smiles, moving just a bit closer. I tilt my head, eyes meeting his.
Well, good night.
And he spins and walks away.
Classic schemer move.
What? Why? I thought... Wasn't he supposed to be seducing me? What do you think he's doing, man? I mean, not that I wanted that necessarily, but... Forget it. I'm going to bed.
With my confused feelings in a jumble. Damien, what do you do to me? Let's read about our confusions. Dinner date.
Damien is taking me out for dinner on Saturday to a magic-only restaurant called the Glen.
Money. There we go. Interlude in the Glen.
Damien took me out to dinner at the Glen. We had a nice meal, and he told me a little about himself. He's a changeling child, and apparently does not know his birth parents or how he came to be placed. Neither of us wanted to talk about our past too much. He kept flirting with me, and I thought he would go for a goodnight kiss, but apparently not.
Oh, just you wait. He'll come and get you yet.